Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the volume weighted moving average. But before we do, if you have not watched my first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that right now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team, and as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down in the description below. You can also find a link to our Discord server, so that way we can all discuss testing indicators and building our trading system. And lastly, you can find a link below to TradingView. If you sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money using the link below. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the volume weighted moving average. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 53 indicators, and out of those 53 indicators, 16 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set. The best one so far was able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch that video to understand the context of how it was able to achieve that. But as we are building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 16 indicators and get out there and start profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the volume weighted moving average. This was actually requested by one of the viewers. They asked me if I would test the volume weighted moving average or the VWAP, which is basically the same thing, a volume weighted moving average, maybe slightly different. So I thought it only appropriate to oblige and go ahead and throw this one up here. It has always been my opinion that most moving averages, even though they vary slightly, they don't vary enough to actually go through and test all of them individually. There are quite a few, and on the TradingView platform, there are quite a few available. And so when I was going back and looking at this particular volume weighted moving average, I was scrolling through and actually looking at all the different moving averages that were listed in the standard built-ins on TradingView. And there were quite a few. I was actually surprised to see, once I actually started looking for them, how many moving averages there really are. And so just for fun, I started selecting each one and putting them on the chart. And then I set them all to the same period. This volume weighted moving average that we'll be testing today is on the 30 period. And so I had set all of those moving averages on the same 30 period and color coded them all with a different color. And then I sat back and looked and I realized that in my assumptions of moving averages, very similar to the exact reason why I started this channel was because I made assumptions as to what I thought. Just by looking at one or two or three moving averages side by side over the years, I had thought they were all relatively equal. I mean, I knew they varied a little bit, but not enough, again, to justify singling out each one. And it wasn't until I had actually done that, put each one side by side on the same period with different colors and looked at them, that I realized how much the different moving averages actually vary. And so to go ahead and get this one out of the way for the viewer request, I went ahead and just left the volume weighted moving average on the screen, and that's the one we're going to be testing today. But it dawned on me that I need to go back and I need to show in one of the upcoming videos all the different moving averages side by side on the same period, different colors, so that way you can actually see how vastly different each of them are. And then I think I will start going down the list and testing each one. Or maybe I'll sit back and I will test all of them and then put the results up, so that way we don't have to do an individual video for each one. I haven't quite decided yet. So with all that being said, again, I was rather very surprised at how different all those moving averages really were when you set them side by side. So that, like I said, just emphasizes why I started this channel in the first place, because you start getting complacent the more you learn about trading, the more you start getting familiar with indicators, and you start really getting to a point to where you think, yeah, I've seen one, I've seen them all, and you just kind of start to make assumptions as to indicators and what you know and how you do things and so on. And it really just drove home the fact that even after years of trading and testing and playing with indicators, how much you still can learn from putting your ego and your bias aside and actually digging down deep into these indicators and looking at them and taking a out of the box perspective. So all right, as I said, let's get into testing today's indicator. It is the VWAP, the volume weighted moving average. And we will be testing it as a price break. And so as the price breaks up above the moving average right here, that would be a signal to go long. As it breaks down below, that is a signal to go short. Pretty simple. And that's how we're going to test it today and see what we can get out of the volume weighted moving average. And then as we go further and further into the other moving averages, we will break down which one is the best one, or which one is the most reliable. Let's see here. So we had a short signal there. Unfortunately, it turned right around and dropped straight back down. And again, this is kind of the problem that I've always ran into with moving averages, is that when you have an indicator that is not accounting for the choppiness of the market, you have an indicator that can, in one candle, two candles, I guess technically, drop and give you a signal, and then immediately turn around and the next candle give you a signal. You end up getting chopped up a whole bunch. Now, the good part about an indicator like this is that, generally speaking, when it does reverse and give you a whipsaw here, where it gives you a signal and turns around and bounces right back out, usually you don't end up losing that much. The loss is rather insignificant, but you do often get these whipsaws in and out. It almost always happens when a pair gets close to a moving average. And I think that's because there is so much indecision at that point. you have lots of people who see it as a break and confirmation to take that new trend. And then you have a lot of people who see it as a reversal, that as soon as it hits this moving average, it's going to turn around and it's going to, shoot back in the opposite direction. And so when you have an indicator that lends itself to so much uncertainty, you will often get a lot of whipsaw in and out of the market. And that's where you can get yourself into a lot of trouble really quick. All right, we are almost to the end of the year now. I don't think we're going to get another signal before we get to end of the year. Nope, we sure didn't. All right, so here we are at the end of the year. The volume weighted moving average. Let's see here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have 25 signals, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And so, unfortunately, the volume weighted moving average barely misses the mark to move on to the next step of the process. And so, yeah, like I said, it is a shame because if we could just figure out a way to filter out a few of these choppy zones where you get a whipsaw in and out, then, moving averages would be really decent. But, yeah, it's just like I said, it becomes such a psychological level when you get close to an indicator that there is a whole bunch of people who think that, boy, this is a reversal coming right now. And so they go against the new trend that is breaking up above or down below the moving average. And then there is a whole group of people who think, all right, here we go. It's breaking this moving average, and we are starting a new trend. And so they all bet in that direction. And so anytime you are dealing with an indicator who, relies so heavily on two schools of thought, you are going to run into these indecision periods. And so that's what I don't like about moving averages. That's what has always plagued the moving average is that you just have those two different schools of thought, and because they are such polar opposites of each other, it's just a constant battle right there. And so if you can find a way to filter out that battle zone and jump to that area where there is definite confirmation that a new trend is developing and taking place, and filter out some of those nasty little choppy fake outs, then that's where you really start to skyrocket your profits. And so yeah, there you go. There you have it. It was definitely a good call out by the user. Let me see if I can. And the user, the viewer who requested it, it was Tim uh, Bollingal, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. Sorry if I messed that up there. Trying to just remember the name off the top of my head. But yeah, it was definitely a good call and really opened up my eyes to the possibility of other moving averages as well. And so that is 100% exactly why I started this channel. And so great job there, Tim. We definitely love that kind of out of the box thinking. And if you guys have indicators out there that you haven't seen me test that you think would be cool, uh, throw them out in the comments there. And if I can track them down in TradingView, I will throw them up here and I will give them a try. So, all right, like I said, unfortunately, the volume weighted moving average is going on the no list. So we will move on from here to the next indicators. If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView, and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the next video.